Think like an entrepreneur and act like a CEO. Think like an entrepreneur and act like a CEO. This book is written by Beverly Jones, and Beverly Jones wrote this book because she wants you to stay afloat, bounce back, and get ahead in your place of work. Right in this book, Beverly Jones shared with us indispensable tips of how you can be able to get ahead in your place of work. And if you have a personal life, if you have a relationship, if you have a career, if you have a purpose, and if you have a dream, this book, Think Like an Entrepreneur and Act Like a CEO by Beverly Jones is for you. And right on this book, Beverly Jones releases us the attitude or the character of two separate individuals, the entrepreneur and the CEO. And she said, these two characters, you can merge them and make it a part of your life. And if you can make it a part of your life, you will be an indispensable person. And right on this book, Beverly Jones makes us understand that an entrepreneur is a creative thinker, and that's why first of all, you need to think like an entrepreneur, not think like a CEO. You need to think like an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur thinks creatively. And the next thing about an entrepreneur is that an entrepreneur is an idea developer. If there is an idea on ground, the job of an entrepreneur or the attitude of an entrepreneur is to develop that idea and make sure that that idea moves from a little grain of a mustard seed to becoming as big as a mountain. And that's the thinking pattern of the attitude of an entrepreneur. And that's why Beverly Jones encourages us to think like an entrepreneur. And one other thing about an entrepreneur is that an entrepreneur is an opportunity discoverer. Wherever an entrepreneur goes, he looks or she looks for an opportunity there to gain grounds or to become important or become relevant. That's the way an entrepreneur thinks. And that's why Beverly Jones tells us and encourages us that we should think like an entrepreneur everywhere we go. Another thing that she shows us about this book is that if you want to act, don't act like an entrepreneur, she encourages us, but think like an entrepreneur. But when you want to act like a CEO, and she said a CEO is a great team leader. A CEO knows how to coerce people together, bring minds of people together, make them work towards ensuring that they get or achieve a major focus or major goal. Is a great leader. People love to work under such a person. That's the attitude of a CEO, a chief executive officer. And the other attitude of a CEO she shows us right on this book is that a CEO is a good resources manager. That is one attitude about a CEO. He is or she is a good resources manager. Whatever the resource is that's made available to actually pursue a plan or pursue a project, the CEO knows how to maximize what is available. And that's what makes Beverly Jones encourages us to act like a CEO. And one other thing that Beverly Jones then encourages us to do in order to act like a CEO, right on our place of work, on our personal life, in our relationship, in our career, in our purpose, and our pursuit. She said, a CEO is a great plan executor and an achiever. A great plan executor and an achiever. A CEO knows how to execute the plans, knows what steps to take, knows how he or she can be able to go for it, and also maintain the attitude of achieving it. With a CEO, with you acting like a CEO, you are very sure that you can be able to achieve every plan, every purpose, every relationship to become a great relationship. If you watch my video about simple secrets of a great relationship, you would know that the CEO in David Niven shows us simple secrets of great relationship, of how you can be able to move your normal or ordinary relationship to becoming a great relationship. And Beverly Jones encourages us and let us know that why you need to act like a CEO is that a CEO is a great plan, an executor, and also an achiever. So whatever plan that is on ground, be sure that this CEO, the attitude of a CEO, is bent on ensuring that that is achieved. And this leads us to the indispensable tips that she shares in this book, Think Like an Entrepreneur and Act Like a CEO, on how to stay afloat, bounce back, and get ahead in your place of work, in your personal life, in your relationship, in your career, and in your purpose and your dreams. The number one indispensable tip she shared with us right on this book is you need a good plan. To launch something new, you need a good plan. Beverly Jones said, a good plan is a plan that allows people to buy into your something new. You need a good plan. And that's why when you are looking at that plan, when you are looking at that plan that you have come up with, you need to think dynamically about it. You need to think in a multi-dimensional way about it. Something new needs a good plan. A good plan shows that this something new can meet the light of day, can withstand the test of time, is lucrative. It's a mighty and a super amazing idea. You need a good plan, she said, is an indispensable tip in order to stay afloat, bounce back in your place of work. Something new, you need a good plan. And the next indispensable tip she shared with us right on this book, she said, think like an entrepreneur wherever you go. Like an entrepreneur, you need to think like an entrepreneur wherever you go. It doesn't always have to be in your workplace. It also moves into your personal life. It also moves into visitation. It also moves into wherever confines you find yourself. Think like an entrepreneur wherever you go. Let that mark be seen on your inside. Let it be seen in your character, in everything that you do. The ability to think like an entrepreneur. As a man thinks, so is he. So think like an entrepreneur. By their fruit, his scripture says, you would know them. So let it become a fruit of your life. Let it become a fruit that you produce. Let it be visible by people around you by thinking like an entrepreneur. Think differently. When people ask you questions, you think like an entrepreneur wherever you go. That's what she shared with us as an indispensable tip in staying afloat and bouncing back in your place of work. And then the next one she shared with us right on this book, she says, listening is your surefire. Yeah, listening is your surefire. Is one indispensable tip to stay afloat in your place of work, in your environment, in your personal life. Listening is your surefire. You need to listen in. You need to listen and be sure. You need to listen for other people's suggestions. You need to listen for other people's comments about what you have come up with, that plan that you have come up with, in order to make yours a more better and more advanced and more polished way. So listening is your surefire, is what Beverly Jones shared with us right on this book, that is our indispensable tip in order to stay afloat. Is your surefire. In other words, she said it's your go-to career strategy. Is your go-to career strategy. Your strategy in your career is good to go by listening to other people's ideas, ideology, to other people's perception about your idea. And the next indispensable tip that Beverly Jones shows us right on this book, she said, talk back to the voice in your head. Talk back to the voice. Most of the times you need to talk to yourself. Learn how to talk to yourself. You also need to know how to ask yourself questions, and you answer the questions yourself. It helps for you to self-evaluate your plans before you even move out into others in asking them for their opinions and the rest. So talk back to the voice in your head. Is the plan I have right now, is it good to go? Is the plan I have right now, can it touch life effectively? Is the plan that I have now, can it change the finance structure of where I work, of my workplace? So she said, talk back to the voice in your head is a way to stay afloat and bounce back in your place of work. It's an indispensable tip from Beverly Jones. And she shared with us the next one. She said, know how and why to keep smiling. She said, one beautiful thing about keeping on is that you need to keep smiling. Smile is a beautiful lubricant for you to always have a great emotions. You need to always know why and how you need to keep smiling every day. Keep smiling so that you can stay hopeful, you can stay positive about your dreams, about your aspirations. Know why and how you need to keep smiling. You need to keep smiling so that others can buy into your good plan. You need to keep smiling so that others can be able to join your team. You need to keep smiling so that others will know that what you have presented before them is so amazing. It's an indispensable tip in order to stay afloat and bounce back in your place of work. Beverly Jones shares with us. The next one she shared with us right on this book, she said, consider your speech habit. Those annoying speech habits may cost you, she said. Those annoying speech. So you need to consider it's an indispensable tip of staying afloat and bouncing back. Consider your speech habit. Your speech habit shouldn't be all surrounded with sarcasm. It shouldn't be all surrounded with blah, blah, blah. It shouldn't be surrounded with pride. It shouldn't be surrounded with superiority of your own idea. as against others. Know your speech habit. Your speech habit should be such that is open to embrace other people's ideologies. You should be open to accommodate other people. You should be open to know that you need others in order to make a huge success. Consider your speech habit. Beverly Jones shares with us right on this book. It is our indispensable tip on how to stay afloat and bounce back in our place of work and in our personal lives and all the rest of them. And the next one she shares with us right on this book, she said, consider good manners that help you shine. There are manners that don't help you shine, and there are manners that help you shine. Those ones that will help you shine, you need to consider those manners. Thank you, I'm sorry, bye, how was your night? Those manners that will help you shine. Those manners that helps you comport yourself when you are with other people. Those manners that help you live better. Those manners that help you accommodate other people. Consider those manners that help you shine. She said, it is an indispensable tip to stay afloat and bounce back in your place of work and in your personal life. The next one she shared with us right on this book, she said, find the magic 20%. Find the magic 20%. Finding the magic 20% is taken from the rule called the 80-20% rule. And what does this rule state? It states that 80% of people give you the 20% of result, while 20% of people give you the 80% result. You need to find the magic 20%. Find it, because it won't pay you so much to go and look for the 80 people that will just give you 20% of result. In other words, go for the 20% of people that will give you 80% of the result. Go for the people of matter. Go for the people that will add more value. Go for people that have the mindset, that have the energy, that have the temerity. Go for the people that have the creativity. That's one indispensable tip about staying afloat and bouncing back in your place of work. Beverly Jones shares with us right on this book. On the book, Think Like an Entrepreneur and Act Like a CEO. So if you can go for the 20%, you save yourself so much energy than going for the 80% that will give you less results. And the next indispensable tip that Beverly Jones shared with us right on this book, she said, celebrate your wins and others. Celebrate your wins. If you have little successes or small successes or big successes, celebrate your wins, because if you don't celebrate them, others won't be able to celebrate. And also she says, celebrate others too who have contributed in ensuring that you win. You're able to achieve this goal, achieve this plan, live a better life, graduate and be the best, being what you are right now. Being standing on your own is an indispensable tip in staying afloat and bouncing back. That's what Beverly Jones shared with us right on this book on Think Like an Entrepreneur, Act Like a CEO. She said, celebrate your wins and others. Those who have supported you in becoming victorious, celebrate them. And those who have, and you also need to celebrate yourself. And that's an indispensable tip that Beverly Jones shared with us right on this book. The next tip, or the next indispensable tip that Beverly Jones shared with us right on this book, she said, measure your progress. She said, measuring progress makes your goals powerful. Measure your progress. Know where you are. Are you already 5 or 10 kilometers down your plans and your work or your project? You need to measure and know how much more time is needed and know how much resources you need. You need to also always measure your progress every day, because that will let you know that you are making progress each time. It is your most powerful tool in order to keep motivated and keep in check every of your progress that you are making towards a particular plan. That's what she said. She said, measure your progress. And the last one I would like to share right on this book of the indispensable tip in order to stay afloat and bounce back in your place of work is keep going. She said, you might hesitate, but keep going. No matter what it is, keep going. Whatever you need to always have in your mind is that you need to keep moving on, keep pressing on. Because before you know what's going on, that 100 mile, if you get some discouragement, if you meet some bottlenecks on the way, if you lack some funds, if you lack some human capital or human resources, no matter what it is, just keep pressing on. Ensure that you are making step every day as you proceed towards your goal. Enjoy your progress, enjoy your journey. And I want to make an addendum to this video. One indispensable tip I'll use in closing up. She said, overcome big project letdown. People will not always accept it. Everybody won't accept that big product, big plan, that big aspirations. But you need to always learn how to overcome it. The fact that someone gave you a no doesn't mean that it is actually a write-off. It is not. You need to learn to overcome big project letdown. And these are the indispensable tips of staying afloat and bouncing back in your place of work. And how you will be able to do that is by thinking like an entrepreneur and acting like a CEO. Beverly Jones shares with us right on this book.